Alrighty, folks, what is going on with rates? What's going on with Wall Street? What is going on with 30-year fixed versus arms? We all got to know. Obviously, we are currently sitting in a 36-hour ceasefire on the way, hopefully, to 2 weeks, but you never know where this goes. So, what is going on with rates? Jonathan, thank you for being here. What's your kind of first thought on rates in general?
I mean, rates haven't moved basically, right? Since we had the initial announcement of the ceasefire, and then after Israel kind of started, and just everything shot back up, right,
Right.
immediately. So we didn't even get to lock anything in that time period, right? Um, Rates, I think, will continue to remain volatile because nobody knows what a ceasefire even means in terms of, are we going to
Mhm.
come to terms with what are the terms even, right? Of the ceasefire, and how are they going to actually give a little bit of normalcy and calmness to the area, right? And I think that'll take a little longer than everyone's expecting, and I think everyone is expecting it, but the market is already pricing in with the recent jump back in rates from
Mhm.
Monday. Like we're in this for a little longer than anyone thinks.
Yeah, higher for longer is definitely a
Yeah.
tune, which again I think is really interesting because again, as a channel that definitely talks to investors more than home buyers, I still want people to realize that's a good thing. The fact that rates are up. I mean, if I could wave a magic wand as an investor, I'd like them to be 8%. Why? Because it kicks out more competition, allows me to write disrespectful offers. You guys know the drill. But as somebody who's looking at doing deals today, I mean, one of the things they need to think about is, do I want to go 30-year fix, set it, forget it, buy rates down, or do I have other plans for this property, right? You were telling me about a 7-year ARM product, for example, which again, I am no fan of ARMs, but again, I'm a set it and forget it and own it forever kind of guy. But that's not the only business model. There are business models that are 3, 4, 5-year holds. So what are you seeing ARMs versus 30 years? I mean, is there any wiggle, any freedom in either product?
Yeah, so specifically like loan amounts over 200,000 um in certain states, and in personal name DSCR, right? So we're not talking about conventional. So DSCR,
Okay.
30-year fixed versus ARM right now, even though the 30-year fixed rates, everyone's moved their floor rate up, right, for the
Yeah.
most part. So they used to be at 5.625. Now everyone's moved up to at least 6% on
Mm,
that on a 30-year fixed basis.
got it.
Luckily, we just onboarded a new investor that's still pricing out a floor of 5.75, 5.875. So that's still there on a 30-year fixed. But some clients are still like wanting to get a little lower than that. So what
Mm.
we locked yesterday was a 7-year fixed ARM. Client bought it down, like I think it was like 2 points or something, but it was a five and an eighth,
Oh my
5.125.
God. 5 and an eighth?
Yeah, on a 7-year
Wow.
fix. So it is there. It is available if it fits the box, right, of
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that DSCR box that specifically that investor likes. It's there, right? And that's 7-year. I think even if it's a 5-year, 7-year right now, right this minute, they're already qualifying it to 2% above that starting rate. So when they're qualifying it, it'll work at 7 and an eighth, 7.125 versus 5.125. You just have that 5.125 fixed. And I think in a market like this, again, you hate arms. The only way that I would tell people to take arms is if their time frame for
Yeah.
handling this is a shorter time frame. But if you do that, you at least have a 5 or 7-year fixed runway
Yeah.
to stabilize the property, take as much cash flow as possible, and then after that, hopefully within that time period, because there's no prepayment penalty on these, in that time period, refinance it into a 30-year fix once we see a little stability within that rate range.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of things about arms. Again, I do have a toxic relationship with arms given I lived through the Great Recession and the collapse of housing. So, again, that's some PTSD that I have. I will freely agree that there are plenty of business models, investing models, where a 5-year hold or a 7-year hold makes perfect sense for an arm. I will just never do one. But again, you don't have to be me. So I think there's lots of reasons to do them. But I do like the fact that today that arms are being written to 2 points above the rate. That is far more security than we had back in the day, which caused a big blow up last time. But yeah, I think most interesting to me is where Wall Street is, because this is something that your partner Dustin and I talked about last week that I want to get your opinion on. Is we're obviously hearing about private credit a lot, And while private credit doesn't directly impact DSCR loans for housing, it kind of does, because there's only a limited amount of capital out there. And if you're taking losses in one part of the portfolio, their appetite in others may become more restrictive. So one of the things that I see coming, I'd love your opinion on, is today, or at least I'll call it yesterday. It was very common to see most DSCR lenders compete down to a 1.0. I will say that I think those loans are riskier than I would like. I'm going to guess in the next 90 to 180 days, there's a lot more DSCR lenders that don't go below 1.2 or 1.25. You think I'm crazy? You live in this world. So am I off base?
I think that's going to still, I think 1.0 is still going to exist because that's the
Okay.
baseline. I think the only thing that's going to happen is one of the things we've seen happen is we used to be able to use, if your actual rents were higher than the market rents, be able to use the actual rents to qualify for a higher debt coverage than the
Okay.
market rents, right? Like if someone was getting a higher rent amount
Yeah.
and the appraisal showed a lower amount. So we were able to use the higher of the two. I'm seeing a lot of those guidelines be kind of pushed off to the side now.
Okay.
So market rents are being more taken advantage, like the lower of the two, right? Actual versus market. And then where I'm seeing is instead of the 1.0 being like a shoot up of rates, what I'm seeing is 1.0 is getting, like maybe an eighth or a quarter% add in the pricing, right?
Okay.
But where they start to incentivize is like 1.25. So instead of changing 1.0 as the baseline, because they can't really change that, I don't think, is because their guidelines and everything is written on that 1.0. So
Okay.
they maintain that 1.0, but 1.25 is starting to become the pricing equivalent to where 1.0 was. So
Got
now
it.
you're
They're,
getting,
got it. Got it.
yeah, you're getting the eighth quarter 0.375 betterment in price at 1.25 versus 1.0. So they're kind of like doing the
They're
whole,
incentivizing.
yeah, exactly. And a little bit of the tightening aspect of
Mhm.
we're going to tighten the one a little bit
Yep.
and then incentivize the 1.25, right? So that's, I think, what I'm seeing more happen. Guidelines, though, are getting stricter in the sense of some things that existed previously. Like I
Yeah.
said, the using the higher
The
two rates,
exceptions are being removed.
cut down a little bit. Higher LTVs, right? Those are being priced a lot higher. I think what we're seeing is the margins, obviously, right, that
Mhm.
right now are still small, right, given
Sure.
where the treasuries are. I think for specific buckets, like for example, 15% down DSCR, even 20% down DSCR in some cases, right? For some specific 3 unit, 4 unit type products, those are margins are being widened by all
Mm.
lenders to price in the risk and the guideline risk. And the other avenues that used to have less margins, like now it's 25% down, gets you less of a margin, right?
Yeah.
You have to put more equity in to get the same effect that you did when you had 20,
Got it.
last a month ago. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, because that's another way you can do this is you could still have it there, it's still written at that, but you could just really incentivize 1.25, right? Today it gets you, 3/8 better. Maybe in the future it's half a point better.
Hmm.
And it basically becomes the thing that they want, and they get the best pricing around 1.25.
Yeah. And I think the market right now is as it is. Everyone's a little blinded. And again, I always like to talk about how clients are very short sighted. Like all consumers are short sighted, right? In
Sure.
terms of what they realize and experience even 3 years ago. This position 3 years ago, 2 years ago, we would have been in the sevens and the eights.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, we would
but
have.
we're still talking about the sixes on average, right? And I think where it really comes down to now is whoever you work with has to have the correct product base right
Yes.
now. Because if you don't have the correct product base, you're going to unfortunately get pushed into the sevens and eights, right? Because I'm talking to more people now that are like, oh, my lender said they can do 8% at no cost or whatever. I'm like, it's not worth it then, right?
Yeah.
You might as well pay a little bit to be in the sixes, in the fives
Sure.
that still exist, right? So I think more than anything right now is that market where it's not as bad as people think in terms of like rate wise, right? Because we're not in the sevens and eights.
Mhm.
So this is the best time to write those aggressive offers for clients to do the work, have the seller pay for concessions. I'm seeing more escrows fall out because sellers are refusing to give concessions.
Wow.
Then these days, unfortunately, like after they do the inspection and whatnot, they go in with a certain number of concessions, and they're like, okay, we want a little more to cover it. I'm seeing I just had 3 escrows fall out for that in this past week, right? Where they
Wow.
were unwilling to give more in concessions. So if
Hmm.
that's the case, you have to just be ready to
Walk.
walk away from the deal. But
Yeah.
if you're going to get good enough concessions on the property, you might as well take that and then buy down the rate, right? Lower the
Agreed.
cost of everything. And there's not going to be any other time in the market where you're going to be able to do that a little freer and with more confidence than like right now, where people
Yeah.
are afraid.
Yeah, I am curious about something. You and I have been doing this for 4 years, maybe even 5 years now. If you were to kind of look at the last 30 days, right? The last 30 days since this war started, has this been one of the most chaotic time frames ever, or is this kind of like become normal because it's been so crazy for 2 or 3 years?
This time frame wise, I think it's been pretty tame.
Okay.
I think the craziest time was when rates started jumping from
So when
4,
Jerome Powell
5,
said
7,
pain is coming.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was crazier than now. I
Okay.
think,
Well, that's good.
yeah, yeah. I think as Americans, we unfortunately, as consumers in America, we live in a little bit of a bubble, right? In
Mhm.
terms of for the rest of the world, because we don't like there's not bombs going off anywhere, right? We're
Right.
not sheltering. Everyone's kind of moving normally, right? Transactions are
Yeah.
still happening. So I think
Yeah.
in that sense, people that are taking advantage of the market, we're seeing that tick up more, right? Of
Right.
the fear. And
Sure.
then we're seeing a little less of the people that are a little afraid of where the market's going to head. But overall, long term wise, like if anything, the fiscal markets are telling us you have to put money in assets, because if you're not in assets, your
Yeah.
cash is dying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, again, one of the things that you're on the channel for is you at Convoy provide lots of different options. You're not just a one trick pony. So if somebody wanted to reach out to you and get something started, what do they do?
You can go to convoyhomeloans.com/ORAT. Actually, there's a
Nice.
new page for you guys on. It's under the Friends of Convoy page as well, and you can put in your information there, and we'll Dustin or myself will reach out.
Nice. So I will update this convoyhomeloans.com/ORAT.
Yep.
Very, very cool, man. Thanks again. Have a great week.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.